Hi everyone, Mrs. Meyer here. I wanted to share a math game with you. This math game is called Bears in a Cave, and I'm going to play Bears in a Cave with numbers to 10. With this game, you can go beyond 10. You can do less than 10. You can start with 5. You could do any number, so like 7, 11, whatever. What you need is some objects, some small objects. I chose Cheerios. But you can choose pennies or Legos or whatever. Here, I'm moving so you can see it. And I have 10 Cheerios here. And then you're gonna need a cave. Now you can choose from 2 types of caves. You can have a clear cave, so when your bears go in your cave, you can still see them. They're not gone. Or a little bit harder is to have a solid cave, so that when your bears are in your cave, you can't see them. Okay, so usually you play this game with another person. So I'll talk about how you play with another person right now. But if you don't have another person, you can always try and play by yourself and close your eyes or something to cover up your bears. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn around and the other person is going to cover up some of your bears. Now I'm going to remember that I have 10 bears. My Cheerios are my bears. And I'm going to cover some of them up. And then my partner's going to say, okay, turn around. And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to count how many are outside of my cave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to keep 6 in my head and I'm going to count on to see how many bears are in the cave. So I'm going to say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there should be 4 bears in the cave. So I'm going to tell my partner 4 bears are in the cave. And then my partner's going to say, let's count. And we're going to check. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're correct. So I'll show you real fast with the solid bear, or the solid cave. Put all of them back. Now remember, there are 10 bears. Okay. So I'm going to turn around. My partner's going to cover some up, take them away and say, okay, turn around. And I'm going to count how many bears are out of the cave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 bears out of the cave. I need to count on to get to 10 to see how many bears are in the cave. I have 10 altogether. So I have 5. I'm going to say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think there are 5 bears in this cave. So I have 5 out of the cave and 5 in the cave. So I'm going to say I think there are 5 bears in the cave. Let's count and check. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so a couple of things that are important when you're playing this game. Remember, you want to touch and move your pieces so that you have a better way to keep track. I like to put mine in a row so that if they're all messed up, then I can just put them in a row to make sure I'm keeping track of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And oftentimes we teach the kids to make groups of either 5 or 10 so they're easier and faster to count. And oftentimes you see them in rows of 5 so that the kids know like 5 and 2 is 7. Another thing that you could do if you wanted to pull in writing some equations, you could go ahead and on your paper write that I know I have 10 bears all together. Okay, so my partner can take some away, and cover some bears up. And then I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know I have 6 bears outside of my box, and I have some bears in the cave. So I have 6 plus something equals that 10 because I know I have 10 altogether. So I'm going to put 6 in my head and count on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I should have 4 bears in my cave. I can check 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put the 4 in the box. Okay, so this just adds an extra step to the game. You could even do it as a subtraction problem so that I know there are 10 bears in the cave. So I'm going to start with my 10 and I'm going to subtract some bears. Okay, so I have 10 bears. I'm going to take some away. I don't know how many are in my cave, so I don't know how many I took away. But I know outside of my cave there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I can solve my equation. I had 10 bears. Some got taken away. And now there are 8. So I'm going to do 8, count on to 10. 8, 9, 10. So I know that 10 take away 2 equals 8. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. I hope you enjoy this game. Remember, you can play with as many objects as you like. You just want to remember what your total is. So if you're practicing numbers to 5, just remember that you're working on 5s. If you're doing numbers to 12 and you want to work on number partners for 12, just remember you keep that 12 in your head and you count on to that number. Enjoy, have fun. See you later.